What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Holy moly, guacamole, and everything else that goes with it. This new gear set is absolutely busted. It's way more powerful than I thought because there are effects that actually do not remove stacks, and I'm still like, wow, okay, it's gonna be way more powerful than we thought. Now, I am on the test server. I do want you guys to take this with a grain of salt because maybe some of the things do not work as intended. Maybe the gear set is bugged. Maybe Plarium will intend to fix some of these things. Or maybe this is just the way the gear set is intended to work. I'm not 100% sure about either one of them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to forward this video to Plarium so they can confirm or deny if any of the effects do not work as intended. But I've managed to grind the new game mode enough with the currency that we got on the test server. We've got tons of additional energy. And I've managed to collect enough gear to be able to put a 9-piece set together for one faction. Now, don't think that I've got perfect stats or anything like that. In fact, I do not care about the stats. I just want to make sure I have 9 pieces to unlock all of this madness. Resistance, HP, speed, stacks of total guard. At 9 pieces, that's where the most important thing happens. You're gonna start the fight with 3 stacks. Then every time you do not have a stack, and you're about to take a turn, you're going to gain a stack back. So you could potentially have stacks for the entire duration of the battle, which is pretty damn crazy. Now, initially, we thought that multi-hitters, debuff effects, anything will trigger the removal of a stack. But that is not the case. If you guys are not aware of what this set actually does, it blocks everything known to humankind except increase skills cooldown. So the only champions that can actually do something versus the wearer are champions like Krixia, Yumeko, Warlord. They can only increase the duration of skills, but they cannot remove the stack. They cannot decrease thermitter or land debuffs. Very, very important to keep that in mind. So I gave this to one of my barbarians. I just randomly picked in Armans. He has a 9-piece Mercurial set. All of the pieces are trash. What else can you expect, right? Like, they're really not great pieces. Flat piece. This is not flat. Speed boots. Trashy banner. Decent amulet. Trashy ring, right? But we do not care about stats. What we're going to do in today's video, we're going to see how powerful this gear set actually is. How much is it going to change the meta? So let's start by going into a dungeon and see how the actual set behaves. We're going to go in only with Armans. Now, of course, when we are going to take turns, we are not going to lose stacks. In order for us to lose stacks, we need the enemies to bring in effects, damage versus our champions. 1 effect, 2 effects, and right here I'm still a little bit unsure of why we dropped the last total guard buff. We got a hit from Venus, we got a hit from Chagur, and then we had that epic champion, which I do not remember what it does with the basic skill. But we are going to have a look. Either way, they removed my 3 stacks. We had Liburga, which took action. She buffed the team. She did not attack. That, of course, will not remove one of our stacks. And then we took a turn, and bang, we gained another stack. If we're going to go in and attack again, you see 1 attack. They dropped 1 stack. But we regained it as soon as we took a turn. So that stack can more or less be on permanently. Another one in. Venus attacked us with her A1, which is a double hitter and has a chance to land debuffs, and it removed the stack. So I'm quickly going to check what is happening with that second and third stack, especially that third stack, why that is being removed, right? It's a bit confusing. Attacks an enemy has a chance to land decrease accuracy. I'm actually gonna go back into the same fight another couple of times to see if there's something related to damage and land the debuff, if those two can trigger 2 stacks removal or just 1. Now, Chagur should attack twice. Right? Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna polymorph this one right here. Okay, so that's 1 stack, 2 stacks. We have 1 more stack. She buffed. He used one of the skills, they removed the stack. We're about to take a turn, we gain the stack. Now I'm gonna repeat it exactly as I've done it at the beginning, without polymorphing anyone. The only problem is, how do I slow down one of those epics? Okay, Venus, with the A1, just removed 2 stacks. And Chagur just removed the last one. So Venus attacks twice. Now I've seen already, because I've tried it a little bit, multi-hitters do not tend to remove all of the stacks. Or multiple stacks per hit. So what I think it happens, when you have a champion like Venus or different champion that attacks and multi-attacks, multi-hitters that attack and land debuffs, and if the debuff tends to land with an additional hit, that seems to remove multiple stacks. At least from what I've seen so far. But we're gonna go back in and try it again. So we're gonna attack the enemy. We're gonna attack the enemy again. 1 attack, 1 stack down. 1 attack, 2 stacks down from Chagur. So Chagur attacked with... Which skill is the one that he's using? Where is it? Is it this one? Attacks 1 enemy, then attacks 1 time at random if the target is under a poison. I think he used this one. No, I think this animation is like him jumping in the air. So that's a single hitter. But that stack disappeared. It's hard to say. Is it disappearing because of Chagur, or it just disappears as soon as that epic champion attacks us? We're gonna do one final try here, then we're gonna go into PvP. So let's put it on 1x speed. Okay, Venus, 1 stack. Chagur, 1. It seemed like 1 stack, and then as soon as the other champion attacked, right before it moved in with animation, that stack disappeared. So it could potentially be just a delay on the attack, or a faster animation for the actual guard to disappear, if that makes sense. As soon as the champion triggers the code, you might not see the animation from the attack yet, but that stack is gone because the animation, which visually did not happen yet, but it happened in the coding, it triggered the card to disappear. Now, the easiest thing to do is go into Arena and go versus teams with Marius. Teams that will have Marius the fastest, assuming that this could potentially be one of them. 1x speed. Let's see who's fast enough. So Marius is faster than Ambris, which is good. So we have those 3 stacks right there. What am I gonna do here? Let's just do that. We do not want to trigger the passive on Marius, that's for sure. I'm gonna use this again. So keep an eye on those 3 stacks, right? Because that's the important thing. Okay, weak hit, that's fine. Come on. Oh my god, why are they so slow? 30 meter boost, finally. Oh, Ambris is faster than Marius. So that is 1 stack being removed. That's okay. Now, Marius. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. Only 1 stack gone. But now that stack somehow disappeared. It might be that multi-hitters do remove them, but it's just a very slow, delayed effect for the animation showing you that the total guard disappeared. That could potentially explain exactly what happens in the dungeon, in the dragon dungeon, the effect that we experienced in there. I think I need to find another team with Marius. I need to find a team where Marius is going to move before a champion like Emrys. Let's watch, for example, what happens when a Krixia goes. And I think one of the best ways to know if the multi-hitters work is not to put Unkillable on. So let's do that. You see, she removed one of the effect because she attacked. But she got a weak hit. She did not increase the cooldowns of the skills because of the weak hit. So let's hope that Marius is about to take a turn before that nice. If not, I'm going to be pretty sad. Okay. So those are all of the stacks gone. Okay. Ally attack from Marichka, joint attack from Nice. It removed them, which kind of confirms that multi-hit per skills should trigger it, even though this was an ally attack, right? Let's try to find another freaking Marius team. If there are anywhere. I think we can check another thing in the meantime. Fabian's A3. He can increase the duration of skills. He will definitely trigger one of the stacks because he attacks. But he weak hit as well, so he did not increase the cooldowns of the skills. But he knocked down one of my stacks. Come on, let's see. One stack. Now, I'm going to show you another thing why I said that this is way more powerful than I initially thought. But in a second. Right now, I'm just fixated on figure this out first. You see, trigger the effect. Weak hit, but we just gained another stack on. And if they are not fast enough to kill you, you're just constantly going to gain those stacks back, right? I think it's a very, 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 very powerful set. But I'm still trying to find a team with Marius that will move in front of any other champion. Potentially. This one, it doesn't. This one, it doesn't because it will have Warlord go in first. But that's fine. I'm not going to use an unkillable buff. So one stack down as expected. Now, Odin will not attack. Okay, Odin just strips buffs. Stripping buffs or anything like that will not knock down the stacks. Okay, it will not. Landing debuffs will not drop a stack. That's what's the crazy thing. Think about champions like Gizmek. Champions that do not attack and land debuffs. They are going to be useless versus this total guard stack, which is absolutely crazy. If we are gonna go versus another team, we've seen what happened right here. So Marius, a multi-hitter, will remove multiple stacks. We had 2 stacks. He hit us once, twice. He dealt no damage, but the third hit dealt damage because we had no more stacks. It's just a visual delay in how they are actually making that total guard buff disappear from your champions, which is good to know. Marius is going to be the most goated champion in the upcoming meta. So if I were you and you do not have a 6-star soul for him, I would probably work towards that. Let me show you the crazier thing right now. We're going versus a team that has champions landing debuffs with their passive as soon as the battle starts. You have Calvalax, which should land poisons on everybody. You have Gizmek, which should land HP burn on everybody as long as he has full crit rate. Check it out. You saw that? He landed the poisons. we have no stone skin or anything on Armans. Nothing to block the debuffs. Except the new Total Guard set, which does way more than that. The champions that landed the debuffs did not trigger the effect to decrease the stacks of the Total Guard. Which means that in order to do so, the only champions that can do it are champions that deal damage. Now, we were a bit unsure about this part. We were very curious if landing debuffs, which is an effect, can trigger you to lose one stack. Clearly, it does not, okay? So, that really makes the set extremely, extremely OP. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But I am finding this set very, very, very powerful. And I still wish I can find another team with Marius. 3 hits from Marius will basically... Oh, there we go. If this does not have Marius the fastest, nobody will. I mean, come on, guys. You build Marius a bit faster than Embrys, or vice versa, depending on what's your strategy, but damn it. I'm not even going to put a lead. I don't want to have any speed. I want them to take a turn before we're doing anything. Hopefully. We're unsure of who's faster here. I would expect Embrys because it seems to be the standard stuff here on the test server. So let's do this. We are still keeping our stacks when we're taking turns. 1, 2 hits. Okay, so 2 hits, 2 stacks. Multi-hitter are dropping the stacks. 100% confirmed, right? We've seen that. Embrys attacked, no damage. He just dropped my stacks, but now Marius is about to kick my butt, right? That's what the new set can actually do. Really, really powerful. It will 1,000,000% change the meta, and having the ability to rotate and take turns and regain that buff back with 9 pieces is just crazy. Now, the stats that I have on my champion suck. The team that I've built around the champion sucks. The whole idea was to show you how the gear set works rather than how to build a team surrounded with other champions that might have different sets. That's something that we're going to discuss in a different video. But I know a lot of you guys had many questions related to this set, and I'm pretty convinced that we've got all of the needed answers from this testing. Either way, appreciate every single one of you guys watching. As usual, much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.